them up with flour and egg, breads them up, and fucking
Go back for a second. He gets them for free. What? Say that again.
Stinks like shit. What?
He gets them for free. Like what? What happened there?
He walks into the store.
Yeah.
Grabs the clams.
Yeah.
Takes them to the service desk.
Yeah.
Said, "Hey, I think I got the wrong ones. I want to get a couple. I want to exchange these." So they say, "Okay, go back and get them." He comes back and get him. He's okay. Like, thanks. Go ahead. He just goes.
Jesus fucking Christ. he's how long has he been doing this without them ever catching him?
The fuck are you? So you think that's the only thing? No, because I don't want to incriminate anybody.
I'm not saying, but that's been going on for a while. Like, that's fucking funny as shit.
I mean, it's probably. I mean, he started some form of that when he was probably about 4.
Holy sheep shit. That's fucking ridiculous. So you get these clams, then what does your mom do to them?
You think that there's ever not an angle or some sort of a fuck? Hold on, let me make sure I don't answer this phone. Okay, we got it. Yeah. So she breads them up. Yeah. They stink like fucking shit. I don't like clams. And they stink the whole fucking house up. And he's just saying, fuck.
So she fries them.
With his fucking mullet.
She fries them up.
Yeah, she fries them up. He says I'll send you a picture.
Does she use Old Bay? Everybody uses Old Bay.
Of course.
Yeah, it's like the biggest staple for
with the cocktail sauce and the Old Bay and all the bullshit.
My father's so white trash. He won't have things with truffle. Took him out for sushi. He's like, yeah, I don't really like sushi. And then he tells
white trash. The old man eats fucking sardine sandwiches. Ugh.
I mean, I can do that, but I have to do some real stuff to the sardines first.
No, just
so I could do it that way, but I prefer to make them nice. Little jalapeno, little pickle, little horseradish, little Dijon mustard. It's a whole thing. So the old man goes. My old man goes, while we're getting this really nice at a sushi dinner, he goes, man, this restaurant the other night, they brought out these mashed potatoes covered in Old Bay. Those things were delicious. No interest at all in the sushi, like none. Just thrilled about Old Bay covered potatoes. I go, you are such a piece of white trash. I mean, Maryland fucking disgusting, guttural,
fucking mayonnaise sandwich eating motherfucker.
Just fucking running through, doing white trash shit. That's.
Does your old man eat chicken livers?
I do. He doesn't. Yeah, but I cook them up French style. Like it's a whole thing. We boil them, fucking make it like because I learned how to make liver from my wife who cooks French style. And now I do all sorts of shit to it. By the time it comes out, you wouldn't know it's real liver. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, most people just have liver, liver.
Nobody eats liver anymore, though. I never see people eat liver.
So good for you. Real good.
It's an old thing. They would have it every Wednesday night or whatever. Now I never see people eat it, ever.
Yeah, we eat it probably once every month. I've got some cow liver down I'm gonna make tomorrow. Just tear it up. Kids go fucking nuts for it. Because again, it's not like the liver. My stepfather came down and said he hated liver. We made him liver. He ate every drop of it. Every bit of it. It's not like what you're used to. It's not truck stop stuff. This is like high end French cuisine liver.
It can't get to that. One more thing about the liver. The reason I can't eat the fucking liver is the texture. It's just something. It's same with mushrooms. The texture, I just can't do it.
Well, mushrooms. If you have a texture issue, usually the way to get around it with both liver and mushrooms is to cut it up into such small pieces that you can't ever bite into it like full.
Yeah. I
because
don't know. Maybe it's mental.
well, no, my wife has huge sensory issues, so my kids do too. You can a lot of the things that they won't eat in a larger form, when you make it micro pieces, their texture issues go away because at that point you're not getting that crunch down and going, oh, the fucking texture is weird. It's just, there's no more texture issue. You have it, you never really bite, so you never really get that weird crunch or
Yeah.
weird slime. So you just got to make it smaller. But I'm with you. I mean, texture issues are everywhere. So we had some pretty big stories that popped up this week. Nancy Pelosi's husband got a DUI, and
Saw that.
DUI while Nancy's out of town.
Joe Man's taking a little nip.
Man, we could not. It would be a damn shame to lose the greatest stock trader in the history of the United States to a DUI. Apparently, he caused an accident before, and California has done him the fine favor of taking his mugshot out of circulation, so we can't see, what his state it was at the time. But again, man, I mean, you're an 80-some-year-old guy. You have that much money. You're the greatest stock trader. Just get a fucking driver, dude. Get a limo.
You gotta give them the credit, man. It's just like the Clintons. They just keep getting up.
Keep getting back up. The Clintons lost another best friend. Very sad moment for the Clintons. They've had like 60 friends die of suicides. It's
Wow.
I mean, the tragedy that family has been through.
That's gotta be hard.
Got to be so hard. And this is one of Bill's old best friends. This guy actually ran his fundraising for his presidential run, has been around for 30 plus years, took a bunch of trips on Lolita Express with Bill. Very, very close friend. Well, he went out, he brought his own gallows. You know what a gallows is, right?
Is that where he cut the guy's head off?
It's basically his own hangman set,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So the gallows
I thought it was when you had the guy with the axe and he cuts the head off.
I guess.
Oh, that's the guillotine. The guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine. The gallows is for hanging. It's like the big wooden, thing for hanging. So he brought his own hanging orifice out to an 1,100 square foot place in Arkansas. That is land that's tied to the Clinton Library. And then he hung himself. And while he was hanging himself, he shot himself in the chest with a shotgun. And it's suicide, clearly. And it's very, very sad to go that way. He must have been extra depressed to be able to do that while you're hanging, to shoot yourself with a shotgun. For some odd reason, that was reopened up as a murder charge, but clearly, it's Arkansas. There's something about living in Arkansas with that orange mud and Walmart and being friends with the Clintons that just makes people really depressed. And I don't know, add COVID in and carry the 3, -4. We have one less Clinton friend. And I mean, I imagine at this point, Bill's used to it, Hillary's used to it, but my condolences to the Clintons for losing an old and dear friend in such a horrific way on property that you pretty much own in a weird way.
I'm sure they're pretty busted up about it.
I would think so. I mean, I thought they were still mourning the Epstein, death. And now this. I mean, the two of them in 2 years. I mean,
what next?
Yeah, Mark Middleton is his name. So Mark, rest in peace.
Are you saying what's next?
Mark Middleton's already next. He was next.
No, I said what's next, not what just happened.
No, Mark Middleton. You could ask me this a week ago, it would have been Mark Middleton. But now Mark Middleton's in the past, and my condolences to his family. And may they find
my condolences to Mark Middleton and whoever's next,
and whoever might get depressed in Arkansas next. It's a very depressing state. Something about Arkansas. But so Kavanaugh. So somebody tried to kill Kavanaugh. You see this?
Threatened to kill him. threatened to kill him, and they uncovered it.
They
He was
caught him
outside of his house.
138. Said he was going to kill Kavanaugh, and they found him, and he admitted that he was there to kill him because of the Supreme Court case coming up, Roe versus Wade.
Roe versus Wade, yeah.
And it hit me that this guy hates condoms more than I do, because he fucking hates condoms so much and doesn't trust his pullout game that he doesn't want to take any chances.
Who was this guy? Do you know?
He was apparently part of the, and again, this is preliminary information, but he's apparently part of the group that doxed all the Supreme Court members. I don't see. I always think that these guys, and I know these guys that are the ultra feminist men, and those guys are doing it to get pussy. The girls don't know this, and the girls never give those guys the pussy. They end up sleeping with people like me, or you. You know what I mean? They don't sleep with those guys. They sleep with the guys that. Why would you bang him? He's got all the wrong views. But they like to stand on their soapbox and champion these fucking.
That's why.
Causes.
And then their girls go and bang guys like you. That's why they go nuts and shoot up a baseball field.
They make terrible mistakes. And then they're like, why would you do that with him when you could have done it with me? I like all your causes. I'm a feminist too. All right, to all the people out there, when you champion women's causes as a male, it's never going to get you laid. That girl that you're doing it for, that you think it impressed, that became your friend as a result of it, and you're like, well, if I could just get enough friends, maybe I'll bang one of them. It doesn't get you laid. It gets you the opposite of laid. It gets other people laid because of guys like you, because you're so pathetic that they search out for a real man. But it might get him laid because he might be going to prison. And I think he's going to go to prison for a while, and he might get laid in there. So maybe get some laid in that regard, Jimmy.
Fly like a fox.
Fly like a fucking fox. I mean, if you go to prison, what do you think a guy like that gets treated with? If you're going in there and you're going to say, I was in here to take down a Supreme Court justice. I don't know that. I think you're going to end up with the white supremacists at that point. Like, I don't think the brothers are going to take you in.
Huh? Yeah, I guess you're with the whites. Yeah.
The Jewish attorneys won't touch you. So all your white collar criminals, they aren't going anywhere near you.
Just the avenue he tried to slip in on with the fucking feminists. Maybe they'll all go against him. He'll just be everybody's bitch.
He's just going to be everybody's bitch. Apparently, if you're in prison, universally, the word bitch is like immediate fighting words, or else you are really a bitch. So, make sure, again, PSA, friends call each other bitches all the time. You can't do that to your friend that just got out of doing 5 to 10. He takes it differently.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, it means that he's going to go, wait a second, we got to throw down over this. So what else we got for major stories?
You ever been up to Long Island, up way north towards the end of the island?
I stay out of that turd of an area as much as I possibly can. No disrespect to the miserable sacks of shit that are from that horrible place. But I've been there before, and it is every bit as disgusting. It's like Ocean City with herpes as a giant area, and Ocean City sucks. So go ahead, continue. What were you going to say?
That's the exact idea, the picture in my head. I spent a little bit of time like around Westbury and Bethpage, and you just painted a picture perfect image of what it is.
I didn't even need to be there. I just know.
But if you go further,
yeah,
it becomes up towards Connecticut. Like, we were so far up, you could see Connecticut across the water.
Yeah.
And it's like $1 million houses and fucking giant yards. Everybody just walks around at these small towns and goes to, like, you'll just pop up at somebody's house and go in their pool and have a couple beers. It's pretty terrible.
That's awful. I would hate that. My brother likes it when people pop over because my grandmother lived like that. She had people over all the time. So if you go to his house, it's a revolving door of
There's no boundaries. It's like
no
you can't
boundary.
just go over to some. I mean, and then they're shocked when their wife starts fucking the neighbor.
Correct. There's no boundaries. They're shocked when the way again, he runs this revolving door of random people coming over to eat and drink whatever he has to offer.
Right.
I would fucking hate every matter of fact, I just wouldn't answer the door. I've done that. The neighbor that killed himself across the street came over after we got friendly, rang the door. I was in my boxers. I saw him out there. I'm like, I'm not going. It's fucking 9 o'clock at night. I'm not opening the door. They had like a bottle of wine. They didn't text to say they were coming over. I'm like, fuck no. I'm not. You're not doing it.
Right.
It might be why he killed himself. He felt dejected by my lack of hospitality. But I don't roll like that. You wanna hang out? Let's set up a fucking time to hang out.
Yeah. But it was just very odd to me. Extremely nice people, but the lifestyle, it blew my mind.
So I want to do one movie review. Have you seen The Irishman yet?
I have.
Okay. De Niro, Pacino, fucking the little guy, Pesci. Everybody's in the movie. It's one of the greatest cast of old ass actors ever. What did you think of the movie?
Obviously, everybody thinks this too, but one of the first glaring problem I have, it was way too long.
It's like 3 hours and 30 minutes long or some shit. 3 hours.
Way too long.
Way too fucking long. But go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, even the last 30 minutes when De Niro's an old man, after all this stuff, was completely useless for him to end, getting questioned and saying, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Like,
that's where you're getting ahead. The whole thing, De Niro's old in the whole thing. Okay, they didn't fake that well. Okay,
faked it horribly. Even when he was beating up the guy and kicking him, he looked like he was going to break a hip. It was awful.
Those guys, it's no different than a fighter when he's done. When he's done, he can't fucking do what he did when he was 30 years old.
Yeah.
It was horribly cast. I mean, if they wanted to try to salvage that, at least get some of these new guys in and let them take a shot at it. You don't have to have fucking De Niro play the same role he's played 10 times, and now he can't do it because he's 80 or whatever. And Pesci too. I mean, Pesci's role wasn't as vast, so
Pesci was perfect in his role as always. He didn't.
But that's because he played Joe Pesci.
He played Joe Pesci. He did what he does. He did. There was no. You never saw Joe Pesci having to stomp somebody out or do any physical stuff. He's perfect in that role. I have no problem with him in that role. Everybody else, I mean, again, Pacino, screaming and yelling as you could have picked anybody else for that spot. It was overacted. It was long. It was drawn out. At the end of it, I just felt like I just passed out, during sex and just never completed. You know what I mean? Just drunk, passed out, falling asleep, and can't remember what happened the night before. Like, why are you going to put all those people together, create, such a, you have all the time in the world. Matter of fact, if you wanted to do that as a miniseries, do it as a miniseries.
It was a sellout. It was a cash grab.
Yeah, and apparently that guy who did it, it's a boyfriend from a reality star girl. Vanderpump Rules. This guy was on. And he owed 50 Cent a bunch of money. 50 fucked with him. You can't fuck with 50 Cent. Like 50 fucks with everybody. Remember when 50 fucked with Floyd Mayweather about a spell?
Yeah, about the spelling bee or something.
Spelling and shit. 50 fucked with Ja Rule. He went to Ja Rule's concert. He bought the first 2 rows.
Yeah.
And left him empty. Like,
what a dick.
You just don't fuck with 50 Cent. Like, you just so. This guy, He apparently owes everybody money now, and that was his big shot, but he kind of just came up limp-dicked on it. I don't know what Netflix paid for it. I'm sure it'll do well in perpetuity to some degree. I mean, shit, Seinfeld, I think it's re-up for like $100 million every 3 or 4 years. Like, I mean, there's money to be made with some of
I
these
don't
shows.
know, it was a very underwhelming, a lot of hype movie that everybody was looking forward to seeing, and I didn't see a lot of people that weren't disappointed.
Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't even hear the hype. I just watched it this week and I was disappointed. So it wasn't disappointing strictly because of the letdown due to hype. It legitimately was worth watching. Like, but at the end of it, you're like, why? Whenever you feel like you could edit a movie better as a fan, that's
Yeah.
a problem. And when you're right, you know what I mean? That's a problem. I don't feel that way when I'm watching a Tarantino movie. I don't go, well, if they just cut out this 10 minutes, I don't do that because it's clean, tight, it's succinct. And Tarantino's known, I use Tarantino as an example because he's known for dragging scenes out, but he does it for a cinematic and dramatic purpose. Like there's a purpose to making you suffer through a scene about cream.
Is he would he be the best director of our lifetime?
Yeah, without question. I mean, it's certainly like from a non-comedic, Coen Brothers for comedy, which gets no respect but deserves a lot of fucking respect. I went on an anti Tom Hanks rant last night that I thought was pretty good. I think he's the most overrated American actor, Tom Hanks. He was good in Big. He was good in Forrest Gump. I mean, he was good in Forrest Gump, and he was good in The Bachelor Party, which is a great fucking movie. That was like one of his first movies.
Yep.
Every other movie he did, he's either replaceable or it sucks. So he got in Platoon. He could have been replaced by anybody, and
he wasn't in Platoon.
In fucking the Vietnam Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, he wasn't. He didn't do anything in that.
Anybody could have played that role. It would have made no difference that he was in.
He was completely vanilla.
The AIDS movie. I mean, how hard is it? First of all, how hard is it to talk to a fucking volleyball? It's not. Hey Wilson, how you doing? Hey Wilson. That's not very impressive. Then you've got you've got his AIDS thing, his retard thing, and his volleyball thing. I mean, I quite frankly am thinking I should do a whole podcast as a retard with AIDS that's talking to a volleyball and see if I can win an Academy Award for it. Because it's
minus the AIDS, you already do.
Thank you. I mean, well, the AIDS too. I mean, Jimmy, I'm dying. My asshole hurts. I haven't eaten in 7 years.
You sure that dentist pulled your tooth?
Yeah, this is bloating. This is bloating from the tooth and the ends from the AIDS. The AIDS have taken over my jaw. It's very, very rough. Oh, I'm so sensitively sorry. Why did I do this to myself? But I love him so much. I mean, come on, it's so fucking gay. Shut up with your horrible acting.
Which one of your kids? Let me ask you something.
Yeah. I was just getting started with my.
Which one of your kids? Me and John. Excuse me. Hold on.
See, look at you. You're acting like you have AIDS now, and you should.
Me and Johnny Boy were came up with a system that I think is good. It might be a good board game.
Does Johnny Boy have AIDS like you, or are you just the only one with AIDS with your coughing AIDS self?
Johnny Boy's healthy.
Okay.
You want to come up with the kid, the sibling that is not gay.
Dude, we're talking about movie stars that are overrated right now.
This works into it. You were just talking about being gay. Okay, if we're gonna fucking stick to subjects that don't bring up being gay when in the middle of we're talking
He's got
Fucking movie theater shit.
Philadelphia AIDS.
You
Right?
just said you have AIDS.
I do have AIDS, and I'm very upset that you're yelling at me. It's
You're
not
fucking
helpful.
lying about having AIDS while we're talking about Philadelphia. Don't
How
get
do
pissed
you
at me
know
for
I
changing
don't
the
have AIDS?
subject.
How do you know I don't have AIDS? I might have AIDS, as far as you don't know, and
You fat motherfucker, you don't have AIDS. I can tell.
you don't know that. Lots of fat people have AIDS, and right now I'm just big boned because I had a surgical thing. My face is swollen and chubby. So
Fucking
look,
John Barrymore Road.
lots of bears. I'd be a bear in the gay world. Lots of bears have AIDS. We call it bear
I
AIDS.
said John Barrymore, that fucking Hugh Hefner Road.
I don't know who John Barrymore is, you old fucking prick. Like it's like probably something from the 50s. That Drew Barrymore.
He's like Drew's uncle. He was a big director in Hollywood. He wore that fucking vest you're wearing.
He had good style. I bet you he banged out Marilyn Monroe's fat ass back in the day too. Took that big old blonde self down. You know, she gave up the pee for back in the day in Hollywood. Every girl you saw on the set,
You know they were total whores.
they were getting banged out. I mean, people are like Weinstein. No, dude, everybody was doing that shit. That's what Hollywood is. Like it's truly the way it works. There were people that had beds in their set room, being like, "Come on in for audition.
Yeah.
Come on back." They'd share around a little black book. This one does this. This one does that.
Yep.
The good old days, right, Jimmy? The good old days.
So where do we that was a whirlwind of topics that really didn't go anywhere.
Well,
where were we?
I'll give you a word, bring it back home, is that the guy that was just trying to kill Kavanaugh again shows that the women's movement is being taken over by men. I mean, he's doing their dirty work too. Like, can you guys do nothing right? I mean,
whoever is fucking writing this script is a genius. The irony of how things play out, it's genius to watch the woman's movement just shit all over itself.
Well, I'll bring it back too. Is Tom Hanks was never a threat to the women's movement. I think he was more of a threat to maybe the little boys movement as opposed to the women's movement. But Tom Hanks, do you agree with me that he's overrated as an actor? I mean, Forrest Gump, everybody can go, run, Forrest, run, and then he most of all,
I don't know if he's overrated. I think he got some major award. He got a couple Academy Awards, but
everybody gets Academy Awards who's in that crew. And that
when I talk to people, and we talk about greatest actors, past and present, he's not on their list much.
He's not on anybody's list because he sucks.
No. So how's he overrated? How's he overrated? I'm going by the public.
Got presidential things. He's got Academy.
Oh fuck that!
He sits there while Ricky Gervais is up there looking like he's the Prince of fucking England. You know, like have you seen his face when Ricky Gervais is hammering on him?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
What are you supposed to do? What's he supposed to do?
Well, he's not hammering on Tom Hanks. He's hammering on Hollywood. Tom Hanks is acting like he is Hollywood. He's like the Fauci of Hollywood.
Well, he's pretty powerful.
I hate this fucking tool. Tom fucking Hanks. What a loser that guy is. His son hates him too. But that's a side note. I don't think that that's any reflection on him as a father. I didn't mean to offend you. So I think you have a couple sons that hate you too. Sorry about that. I apologize. I didn't mean to bring up any sore subjects to you. Fat people hurt people. Everybody.
Boy, I sure wish we could go back in time. That's gonna fuck my whole day up.
But that's the funny part, though, is you could bring up to your kids and be like, "Hey, so what do you hate me for specifically?" You know, and they'll watch them make some shit up. You know.
Yeah, they'll tell me.
Oh, they will. They have specific moments.
Oh, they would tell me definitely. Angelo hated me for a long time because I left his mother. So, I broke up the family. All he wanted to do was be a family, and I broke up the family.
Is this the mother that's in Pittsburgh with another guy?
No.
Oh.
No, this is the mother that was running around behind my back with a fucking one of the Redskins.
Oh shit! I didn't even know this. Which Redskin?
I'm not gonna share because he's a pretty fucking. He's a good dude, so I'm not gonna shit on him.
Oh well, you don't have to shit on him. He banged your wife. Let's give him kudos.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Come on, which Reds are we talking about? John Riggins, the late great
Pat Fisher.
If
all right,
always asking, where
next?
I wish it was John Riggins.
It would be.
God damn it,
dude! I wish the Diesel were plowing through your ex. I would be so. I'd be jealous. I'd be like, you are so fucking lucky. Diesel just destroying your ex.
Hey, look, let me tell you what. If it was the Diesel, I'd still be with her.
Right?
I'd still be with her.
Be
hey,
like,
going over to the Diesel's house tonight, I'd share.
Can you tell him I said hi? Can you get an autograph?
I got a 1982 Super Bowl hat. Can you get him to sign it?
Yeah. Can you get a signature? Shit. All right. So this is one of many reasons.
Little one has the travel card for you. Venture X.
Jesus Christ! These fucking Yahoo, the YouTube fucking commercials are just poisonous. Here we go.
It's the last time. Who cares? Oh, many talent
douche. Come on.
In major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, but you all look lovely, all dolled up. You came here in your limos. I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. Once upon a time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long, Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So,
fucking great line. And Leo, look at Leo. That's how you act. Good for you, Leo.
Even Prince Andrew.
That's because he's proud of it.
You know,
he was like,
you're
that's
nearly
true.
50, son. Lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons. Yeah, look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. But
can you hear that dog?
Baby Yoda.
That's the only
Pesci,
joke
sorry.
I wish he
It was a
hadn't
big
done.
year for paedophile movies.
Yeah.
Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
You know that
could
guy's
binge
fucking
watch the
kid. Yeah.
entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer. And it's still more fun than this. Okay? Spoiler alert. Season 2 is on the way. So in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself. Just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. You had to make your own way here in your own plane, didn't you? The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing, made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent, wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight,
fucking fantastic.
Don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and
fuck off.
So check out Tom Hanks' face right here.
it's already 3 hours long. It's the last time, who cares?
most overrated American actor in history, in my opinion. Just a fucking every single movie he's been in would be better without him, except Big, Bachelor Party, and
Forrest Gump.
anybody.
Can I just argue on his behalf for the one? No, just one movie I think that I really enjoyed him in was League of Their Own.
Again, shitty movie. You know they're
Bullshit.
They're remaking that pile of shit movie. He has one line. There's no crying in baseball. Come on, that movie sucks. And they're remaking that movie. It's a C movie. And they remake everything. They aren't remaking Vision Quest, an A movie, but they're remaking A League of Their Own. And they aren't even going to
They should make Vision Quest.
And they aren't even going to re-put in There's No Crying in Baseball because it's patronizing towards women. So they're going to take the only decent line that Tom Hanks had, which I guarantee he didn't write, and fucking get rid of it because it's patronizing towards women. And they might have a league of their own. Now they're going to have dudes running the league. So it's going to be a league of their own with a bunch of fucking dudes with big giant dicks that hit the ball 400 fucking feet, taking steroids, blasting out softballs out of the damn thing. That's going to be the updated league of their own. What do you think about
They're
that?
going to have trans are going to be, they're going to.
Well, they should. They're women. They're
transition over to women and play baseball.
They're women. How are you going to have a league of their own now without the trans coming in as women?
No, I'm trying to hear what you said. They're going to switch out.
I'm telling you that trans are women and that the league of their own now excludes trans. So either they remake it as an exclusionary movie or they allow the trans to come in and start blasting 300, 400-foot home runs. So those are your two options.
With their dick.
With their big dicks. They're going to take like their big Michelle Obama cocks and just fucking whack it right over the goddamn fucking fence. 400 yards.
With my dick.
With my big dick. Just taking it home runs. By the way, this show is complete parody, just in case anybody actually thinks this is serious. None of this. Don't take any of this stuff serious. This is all for
Do
humor.
not try to hit a baseball with your dick.
Yeah, don't did a softball maybe. T-ball. Yeah, you can do that, but not a baseball. Certainly not when pitched by a woman at 22 miles an hour.
From the closest rubber.
or from Barack Obama at 18 miles an hour. So
What a fucking fairy.
Hey, he's a very powerful fairy. That boy's got fairy dust. He's floating around with his fairy dust all over. That boy's got power. That boy good.
Oh, fucker, I gotta go. What else we got? What's going on?
No, I think we pretty much offended everything. I was going to go on a rant against this fucking terrible show that everybody's talking about, the Stranger Things show, which you haven't watched, so you can't. You've seen everyone talking about it.
I saw a guy curled up on a bed. Is that it?
Could be.
It was a meme.
It's the number one show on Netflix. It's the number one show in the world. It's the number one show of people talking. And to me, it's an exemplar. It's a perfect exemplary form of how stupid human beings are. It is a show about nothing. You've literally got a wall so Winona Ryder's in it, the girl who shoplifted everything. She loses her son to a demon in a wall.
She's with Johnny Depp.
And the government, right? The government's involved in this program, but they don't tell you. The demon doesn't kill kids. It babysits them really, really well, and you're 4 episodes in and all she's doing is breaking through a wall every episode, going, give me back my son. And the case, once an episode, the demons are through the wall. And so I was like, you know what? This is really And you've got one kid who came out of the program who's now a tranny in school. You got 4 kids that are keeping it a secret. So it's sort of like E.T.
Did you bail?
I had to because it's so fucking bad.
Wow, really?
So bad.
You had the balls to bail.
I had to. 4 episodes in. So I was like, should I? Because everyone's typing this thing up like it's great. So my dad, it's now 4 seasons in. So I messaged my dad. I go, look, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to bail. Let me just ask a couple questions to determine whether I should bail or not. Okay. Is Winona Ryder still living in the house? Yes. Is Winona Ryder still fighting with the monster in the house? Yes.
So Winona Ryder, she's still a Caucasian.
She's living in a haunted house for 4 seasons. I said, is the kid still behind the house screaming about how the monster is going to get him, but the monster never gets him? Yes. I said, is the little girl or the kids, do people know that the little girl was involved in this experimental program, or is the little girl still living incognito 4 seasons in with superpowers? She's in school now. And it's a he, by the way. She's in school now. I said, great. So nothing's happened in 4 seasons. I'm fucking bailing on this show. and with good reason. What I've found is that people who like the old stuff with Poltergeist and E.T. find some nostalgia in the fact that there's a little bit of a crossover there, but unlike those classics, E.T. was lovable and Elliot was fantastic in that movie. There's no Elliot, there's no E.T. And in Poltergeist, it was scary. And this monster is just like a really good babysitter that doesn't kill anybody. Alec Baldwin kills more people than this fucking monster behind the wall. So Stranger Things, thumbs down. Big thumbs down. That should annoy people. That clip right there should get a lot of fucking hate, but it's true. If you watch Stranger Things, what would make a great addition to Stranger Things? Tom Hanks. If Tom Hanks were to play the monster behind the wall, and he'd get an Academy Award and he could babysit those little kids, that would be a perfect role, because he wouldn't have to act, because he sucks at acting, and he could watch the little kids, which he loves to do. And he's a bit of a monster, so that's perfect. So Tom Hanks in the role of Stranger Things, and I might come back to watch it, because then it would be real life shit. You haven't seen it, so
I'm not going to see it.
No. Did you watch the Norm thing?
Do you send me something? I watch everything that.
No, Norm. The Norm.
Oh no! I told you I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to. You told me don't watch it.
Yeah, I'm just making just seeing. I saw some of the after stuff with the comedians, because they have all of his friends in a room. That I want to watch, because they actually are.
It's a shame, and I don't like that, because it's a shame. I don't think he would have liked them doing that to his legacy. Not that he gave a shit about a legacy, but I don't think he would have wanted that to be the last thing that people saw.
No, I think he was putting it down as the framework for what he was going to do. And like everything Norm did up on stage, it would be awkward in writing, and up on stage, it'd be brilliant. So we can leave on that note. Jimmy, go have fun with your fried clams. And,
you motherfucker, you messed up. You forgot about our weekly, breaks.
Oh yeah. Wait, quick news break from the.
I got a quick. You're not gonna believe this shit.
Give a fuck about all you fucking liberal trash out there.
Here's your theme song.
Fucking liberal trash out there. All you Joe Biden dick sniffers watching this motherfucker after I knocked your Lord and Savior worthless small dick lying out. What you just said.
Okay, continue. News break from Jimmy.
News break. Looks like we have a new baddest man on the planet.
Who's that?
The 39-1 underdog, James Buster Douglas, knocked Mike Tyson out in the 10th round in Tokyo.
Jesus Christ. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody saw it coming. Did you hear about it? Who is this? Who's Buster Douglas anyway? I think he lost his mother or his brother like a couple days ago.
I think his mother, yeah, she passed away. That's a she. He must have been fighting for her.
Just to let everybody know, we're gonna news break. Jimmy's gonna pop in.
So wait, was it? And just to let everybody know, it'll get better. This is the first time, but Mike Tyson was. I mean, you said it. He was unbeatable, wasn't he?
At that point in time, there was every time Mike Tyson fought, you had to buy the pay-per-view. And if you weren't there, you don't understand it. But he was terrifying. Like he was the fucking man, and the way he'd look at you, the haircut, the black shorts, the fucking poncho, the towel poncho that he'd wear, you know, the fucking come in like a fucking caged animal, and he would just destroy people. And
I've only been in an atmosphere with one other guy, one other time that was as primal as a Mike Tyson fight. I think I was at 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I was at 5 or 6 fights, and it was literally 20,000 people crowded around a sacrifice.
who was that? Duran?
Mike Tyson. Oh, Duran. When Duran beat Davey Moore, it was a sacrifice, and it was medieval.
Anytime you get a Latino crowd in Madison Square Garden,
Right.
Nothing's better.
Right.
Like, I mean,
right.
it's legendary because, you know, especially if they're jostling with each. But either way, if they're rooting for all together or they're rooting against each other.
Not even. No, I think it's better because I've been in both. I think it's better where everyone is going for the same guy. Poor fucking Davey Moore. I think it was something like his 12th fight, and he was just. I swear to God, it was like the old, you know, in the Coliseums, man, when they put them out with the Lions, and Duran just ate him up, brutalized him.
There are very few fighters that attack and brutalize the way he did. Like he came out like a, you know, like a wild dog, like a wild cat, like a wolf. Like he came out like he wasn't a human. You know, he came out and just stuck on.
I'm not sure he was, man. I'm not sure he was.
Just stuck on people and just punished them and just took them apart.
And Tyson, for the early part of his career, took on that same MO and just, I mean, these people were beat way before they even got in the ring.
Yeah, and with Tyson, the heavyweights just makes it more exciting for the general fan. You know, more, yeah, it's the big division. I wish I were around. You know, I was around for the later part of how. So I was born in '74. I was around for the Ali that got out of prison or that spent 3 years away from the sport. You know, for the Vietnam thing, came back looking a little soft, round, flabby.
Were you? But
He was not the same guy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You weren't around for that. I mean, you were around. If you were 74, I was 75. I wasn't around for that.
Well, I was when he was older. So
yeah, we were 6 when he fought Holmes.
Yeah, I was watching, you know, him evolve. The first one I really remember was being at my grandfather's house, Wide World of Sports, and he came out looking like kind of like a fat guy, actually.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't look chiseled. You had to go back.
Do you remember who he was fighting?
No. I mean, as a kid, I just remember watching because there was a lot of hype for him. You know, then, you know, you only had one thing to watch, so the hype for Ali was huge, and I remember watching him.
I don't remember one. I don't have a Muhammad Ali. I don't have a Muhammad Ali memory.
I've got I just don't know who he was fighting when he was fighting.
I never remember him box. I never remember him fighting. I mean, I met him later and stuff like that, but I do not ever remember him in the ring in my memories.
Yeah, I've had to go back. Thank God for video and be able to see holy shit, skinny Ali with his speed and his, like he was just on a it was like watching a big cat, you know, play with a cub, you know, a little baby in the ring. He was just so fucking fast. I mean, I've watched every single one of his old fights, and you just come away from that. There's pre-Ali, before that whole political thing, and then there's the post-political thing. I mean, the Sonny Liston Ali was great. The obviously Rumble in the Jumble, the Foreman Ali is one everybody's seen and knows to some deal. But Cleveland Williams, do you remember how fucking amazing he was versus Cleveland Williams?
Yeah.
He was so fast.
There's a guy named Doug Jones. Go watch Doug Jones. Tough fight, good fight. He just really, it was a big step up fight for him. Same time period.
Yeah, I guarantee I've seen it. I'll definitely go rewatch. But go enjoy your clams, man. Go enjoy your Old Bay seasoning. Have the old man give your mother a hug for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the old man to chill out a little bit.
Well, no, tell him to keep fucking putting that pressure on. It'll just open up the door for gentlemen. I love you, man. Send my love to the family. God bless you, brother.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye.